Today's video is going to review Learning Targets 5A, 5B, and 5C for the upcoming test. Real quick reminder, any notes that you take in your notebook you can use on tests and quizzes. So I highly encourage each of you to have your notebook out and write down any information that's new to you or that you cannot quickly recall. The first thing we're going to talk about is Learning Target 5A, which deals with graphing. For this learning target, you must be able to organize, display, and describe univariate data using the following types of graphs. You should be able to create a box plot, a dot plot, a histogram, a bar graph, and a pie chart. If you're struggling with any of these, please make sure to go and watch the Organizing, Displaying, and Describing Univariate Data video before the test. With any graph, make sure that you remember the acronym TAILS. For all graphs, you should have a title, have the axes, you should have the intervals, labels, and scales. You should also use up as much space as possible on the graph in order for it to be clear and easy to read. Here are a few practice questions for you to go over. These are the types of questions you might see on the test. Go ahead and pause the video now so that you can answer these questions, as the solutions will be on the next screen. For number one, if you have a dot plot, you could create a bar graph from the data. That is true. Number two, in order to make a box plot, you must calculate the mean. That is false. You're actually calculating the median. 3 times for that. For number 3, the data on a circle graph must always be in percents. That is true. And for number 4, if you have a pie chart, you could create a histogram. That is false. Pie charts are categorical, where histograms use ranges of data. Learning Target 5B focused on the measures of central tendency. For this learning target, you should be able to calculate and utilize the measures of central tendency. Those include mean, median, mode, range, and interquartile range. If you're still struggling or need to take notes on any of those measurements, make sure that you go watch the Measures of Central Tendency video before the test. Here are some practice questions. For this set of data, please calculate the mean, median, mode, range, and interquartile range. Again, please pause the video now, as the next screen will show the solutions. From this data set, you get that the mean is 26.72, the median is 25, the mode is 14 and 25. It's important to note for the mode, any number that occurs the most must be listed, whether it's one mode, multiple modes, or if no numbers are listed more than once, it would be no mode. The range is 33, and the interquartile range is 21. When it comes to outliers and standard deviation, you do not need to be able to calculate either of these, but you should know how to recognize them and how they can affect data. For example, an extreme outlier that is far beyond the next highest number, I use maximum in quotations there to represent that, will increase the mean, median, range, and interquartile range, but never impacts the mode. An extreme outlier on the other end of the data, far below the next smallest number, will decrease the mean, median, range, and interquartile range, but again will not impact the mode. It's important to know that for the test. Here's 3 practice questions. I want you to look at these 3 data sets and identify any outliers that are there. Again, pause the video until you have got your solution, as the next screen will show those solutions. For number 1, the number 3 is an outlier. For number 2, 2000 is an outlier. And for number 3, there are no outliers, as all the numbers are closely packed together. A little bonus for those of you that have watched the video today. On test day, the first 5 people in your class that write the term, "I hope I don't kook this," and deliver it to Mr. Dunn will receive a piece of candy from him. As you know, Mr. Dunn is an avid Washington State Cougar fan, and I think he will appreciate seeing this from you. Before the test, please make sure you review your quiz and also any notes in your notebook. Also, a great way to review for the quiz is to re-watch any of the videos that we posted before this video. Good luck on the quiz or on the test. I hope you guys all do well.